Okay, guys, this is the second half of the live lesson. I just wanted to show you the two examples of multiplying by that common denominator. So in this problem, a common denominator would be 25, right? Because I can get every single one of those to equal 25. Hold on, maybe not. Nope, I don't think I can. Here we go. So since I'm worried about the 3, what I would actually do is I would multiply 25 times 3, which is 75. So I can definitely get every one of those to equal 75. So that's what I'm going to multiply by. And again, it's just because first I thought it was 25, but you can't go 25 divided by 3. That'll give you a decimal. So that wouldn't really help us. But if you go 25 times 3, that'll get us 75, and that also can be divided by 5. So I'm going to multiply everything in this problem by 75. And when that happens, a lot of stuff is going to cancel. And look at that. I'm not even going to combine those first because I'm going to multiply. So first thing is I'm going to go 75 times a over 25. And when I do that, I would get 75a over 25. And 75 divided by 25 gives me 3. So I would be left with 3a. For my next one, I would go 75 times a over 3. And technically it's a negative, but I'm putting the negative in the problem, so that's okay. And then if I multiply straight across, I would get 75a over 3, which is 25a. And then for my last part here, I would have 75 times negative 22 over 5. And I multiply straight across. 75 times negative 22 is the same as, whoops, negative 1650. And then if I divide that by 5, I get negative 330. So now I have made my equation look like this by multiplying by a denominator. And if you don't like this trick, that's okay, that's fine. You can use the other stuff, the other tricks, okay? But yeah, that kind of works well. So now I'm going to combine like terms. These are both a's. So I'd be left with negative 22a equals negative 330. And then how I would cancel is I would divide both sides by negative 22. So I'd be left with a is equal to negative, or positive, excuse me, it would be a positive because we're dividing two negatives. A is equal to 15. So when you get rid of a common denominator, when you multiply by a common denominator, it gets rid of the fractions completely. Okay, last one here. So this one, I have two fractions, and it looks kind of crazy, but I'm going to get rid of the fractions, remember. 3 is not a fraction, notice, but that's okay. And I'll show you why. So a common denominator between 9 and 45 would be 45. It is possible to get both of them equal to 45. So I'm going to multiply 45 times my first term. And then I'm going to multiply 45 times my second term. And then 45 times my third term. And now what's awesome is I don't even technically have to actually do the multiplication and distribute. I can just kind of visualize what's happening here, okay? So technically in this first one, if I multiply it by 45, that's like going 45 over 1. And I can look diagonally at the 45 and the 9. And I can say, well, I know that 45 divided by 9 is 5. So I can do that. I can divide each one by 9. So 45 divided by 9 is 5. And then 9 divided by 9 is 1. So I'm left with 5 times 8a plus 3. And I will have to distribute, but that's okay. 45 times 3 in my next one is 135. And then 45 over here, if I look again diagonally, 45 and 45 match. So technically they divide by each other and give me 1. So I'm left with 39a plus 15. Now this looks a little bit kinder, okay? I have variables on both sides and I've got some distributing to do, so I'll do that first. So we're going to distribute that 5a, so we're left with 40a plus 15 plus 13 equals 39a plus 15. And then we're going to combine like terms here, 40a plus 28 equals 39a plus 15. We're going to subtract the smaller variable to go to the other side. So we're left with a plus 28 equals 15. And now if we have a plus 28 equals 15, we're going to subtract to get rid of that constant. So my answer is going to be 15 minus 28. Oops. We're left with negative 13. So it really helps to multiply by a common denominator, because then it clears out your fractions for you. So that is all I have for you lovely individuals. If you need help, let me know. I am so here to help you. Okay? It is quite literally my job. Let me know. Text me, email me, whatever. Have a good